Hello, and welcome back to the Women's Rugby Show weekly podcast with me, Sam, by the way, back again for another summer bonus episode. This week we're going to be chatting to two England under-20s players as they continue their build-up to the under-20s summer series taking place in Wales in July. We're speaking to Eryn Sinckler and Carmela Morrall. Both have played plenty of BUCS Super Rugby this season. Carmela's played plenty in the PWR as well, and Eryn is just starting to step through. She's that younger under-20s level. We talked to them about their journeys to this stage and also what they hope to get out of this summer series. Let's get straight into this one. So, Eryn, just first of all, thanks so much for taking the time to chat to us today. Just how are you and how have the first few camps with England 20s been?
I'm good, and the first few camps have been tiring, just getting used to the environment. Just had a 4-day camp and it was very good. Just had full smash on the last day, and I'm aching right now, but it was good.
Can you tell us a little bit about kind of your journey to get to, obviously in the England 20s camp? You've not been in 20s or 20s camps before this kind of last few, so kind of what's your journey been like from kind of starting rugby to getting here?
I started rugby quite young. My family's quite a rugby family. Went through county and then did Quinn C of E and then ultimately went to Hartpury College. And I feel like when I went to Hartpury College, I feel like that was the moment where I was like, yeah, I've got to take this seriously. Like I really want to get to the senior England squad. Did a couple of 18s England camps. Didn't get picked, but it was like a motivation for me to work harder, and trained with GH throughout the summer, and then when I got the call to do 20s, I was excited, so excited. But yeah.
Yeah, and just getting also the question from that is kind of why Hartpury? Obviously, I think there's so many that squad, even if they're not at Hartpury currently, probably being at Hartpury College. Just kind of why Hartpury and kind of why did you? I'm guessing you moved there at 16 then.
So I looked at a couple of other schools like Henley, Loughborough, and I went to visit Hartpury, and I feel like when I went to Hartpury, like it felt like a family, like everyone was so connected and like everything was on site, and I just loved it there. I walked in, looked at my dad and was like, yeah, this is the place I want to go to. Like everyone was lovely and really enjoyed it.
And obviously, you've made the step up from kind of ace at Hartpury and obviously Quinn CV to BUCS this season. It's kind of how have you found that step up so far?
I absolutely love playing BUCS. Like the environment, all the girls there, I couldn't ask for a better squad. Everyone's so lovely, and just playing with your mates at BUCS level is just great. I just absolutely love it.
Kind of how important is it being for your development this season? Obviously, Hartpury being so successful in the past in Super Rugby, kind of obviously not the season they wanted at the end kind of by not winning it and not getting to the final, but winning the league, finishing top. Kind of how important has it been for your development this season?
I feel like joining that Hartpury BUCS squad, there's loads of international girls and very good high standard. I feel like it helped me work harder for my spot and helped me improve as a player. Although we didn't get the outcome we wanted, I feel like the girls actually smashed it this season. Like we worked so hard to be in the position we are in, and couldn't ask for anything more, to be honest.
And you mentioned training with Gloucester Hartpury kind of throughout the Suns. Kind of how big was that, and kind of how important are those links between obviously Gloucester Hartpury, Hartpury University, and the BUCS program, and also the age? You see those age skills now kind of stepping up as well. Kind of how important are those links for you, and kind of also for rugby in the area?
I feel like it's very important because you want to target the younger generation at this time because ultimately they're the future. And I feel like Hartpury GH and Hartpury Uni, they work quite well together. They're always speaking together, whether that's medical side or even coaches, like coaches chip in and all that. And I feel like it's very good for me as a young player, just knowing I'm like comfortable and I'm safe and protected around the environment.
Mm-hmm. You kind of mentioned before, kind of not being in those 18 squads or the 20 squads before, kind of not playing in 15s, but you obviously played sevens. Kind of how proud are you to kind of get that recognition in a 15-side game at the moment?
I'm very happy. I'm so excited for the future. Not getting into the 18 squads is one of those things where you just have to like take it as a positive, like just think about it as motivation to work harder. And I think I took it that way, and hopefully my hard work has paid off. So yeah.
Obviously, plenty of your Hartpury teammates in the 20 squad at the moment. Kind of how easy they kind of made the adjustment of stepping into the squad being.
Yeah, everyone helped me out. Like I was so nervous going into the camps, but once I got there, everyone was so welcoming. Everyone was so nice, and it was like a couple of the girls I haven't seen in a while. And it was nice to catch up with them and stuff like that. And everyone, like some of the girls, took me under their wing and really helped me out with line outs and stuff like that. So it was really nice.
Mm-hmm. And how much you learned from the likes of LJ and the coaching staff so far?
A lot. Like I get feedback from LJ after every single session just to see like where I need to improve on, where I can like help myself improve. And they've given me a lot of feedback, negative and positive, so I can learn from my mistakes and stuff like that. So it's really nice.
And kind of how important is this summer series for not just yourself, but also for the 20 squad? Obviously, there's kind of a little bit of a younger year of 20s with the players who've kind of stepped up and out of it. So kind of how important is this year's summer series?
I think it's very important, especially for like experience for these younger. Like obviously, I'm a younger 20s girl, and I think just being in that environment, I think is a very good experience for me. Just playing at that high level with girls who are at that level, and I feel like it just helps me improve and like be determined to like get up there.
Look at kind of the players in the 20 squad in the last couple of years who've kind of made that step up to the international level, likes of Lily Ives Campion, who kind of made a debut, and also you see Millie David and Sarah Parry now stepping up into the senior squad. Kind of how much of an aspiration does that make it for the current 20s crop to go in? Oh, this is now possible. This is a genuine pathway to senior internationals.
So seeing the girls who are like around my age, Sarah and Millie, going up there, I just feel like it motivates all of us just to be at that spot. And they're doing it so young, like it's giving us the idea of like we can do it that young, like we can do it if we work hard enough, like what they did, and like get to the position they're at now.
And you would have played with Sarah Parry at England 18 sevens, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Kind of kind of did you see the quality of what she kind of has stepped up to be this season in at Quins kind of back then, or has it grown over the last couple of years?
She's always been a great player. She's a class player, and I've seen her develop a lot when going to Quins and stuff like that. And I just admire her quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. And also, obviously, kind of as a player yourself, kind of, is there anybody you look up to, perhaps at Gloucester or kind of further afield to model or base your game? There's plenty of back row options at Gloucester Hartpury you could learn from, isn't there?
Yeah, so G Brock, I'm always seeing her around campus. She's always giving me advice. Sam Monaghan, or she coached me for a bit. So did G Brock, and they've always been people that I look up to as coaches, as players as well. So yeah, they've always helped me out, and I'm really grateful for that.
It must be pretty special for you, kind of your crop of Hartpury players. Kind of see Georgia make her England debut last year. I think she's coached you kind of through that pathway for ages, hasn't she?
Yeah, yeah. It's really nice seeing her just like as it like always being around her and like just learning off her and her teaching me how she got there and stuff like that. Like it's really motivating.
There's kind of one final question for me. Kind of what does a successful next 12 to 18 months kind of look like for you?
So I hopefully in the 20 squads, then probably get back training with GH as well, and starting up the BUCS season. Can't wait for that. So excited for that. But yeah, yeah.
Perfect. So, Eryn, thank you so much for the chat today. Best of luck for kind of the next few weeks and also the next 12 months as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, Carmela, just first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today. Just how have you been and kind of how are the first few camps of kind of this weird off season but pre-season for the summer series been?
Yeah, it's been good. I think it's been different, not something we've all been used to because we obviously went out of the club season and then had a short interval where we were doing all our home training. So that was kind of strange, but other than that, it's been really exciting. Like the development from camp to camp in the sessions has been like looking amazing. Like we're building really well for summer series and it's looking really exciting going into next week when we've got a training session with Wales. So
Mhm.
to show what we can do there.
You've had kind of quite a journey to this stage of kind of representing England at 20s level. Can you just talk us through a little bit about it and kind of how you've got to where you are now?
Yeah, mine's probably a different one. I grew up in Dubai, so I started playing rugby out there. Started playing rugby around, I think I was like probably about 4. I got into it because my brother played and we're really competitive. So that's how I got into rugby because I just wanted to be better than him. And then through that, I basically played up until I was 17 in the UAE. I played for the UAE Sevens under 19s team and then moved back to the UK for college. So moved to Loughborough College and then was into Lightning through that. So I've been at Lightning now for 3 years, but 20s, my first call up was last year, so second year now, which is quite exciting because it's more comfortable at that point. But no, it's been a long journey, but kind of a weird one and probably one that most people won't have heard of.
Yeah. And kind of obviously Dubai's rugby kind of history is all evolved around kind of like the sevens. So kind of is that kind of a lot of where your influence in the game comes from, kind of that sevens element of rugby?
Well, actually, still out there, they don't play like a lot of 15s in the women's side of the game. There's not like enough players to be able to do it. So I actually did just play sevens growing up. Like I played with the boys for a bit, so I played a little bit of 15s at like under 14s level, but then post that it was all just sevens. So I think like the way I probably see the game, I identify space pretty well, but I feel like that's probably come from the fact that I've played sevens a lot and there's a lot of space that you can see. Yeah.
And obviously you mentioned kind of being in that, going to Loughborough College, kind of being in Lightning now with uni and BUCS. So kind of how important is that Loughborough program kind of all the way through being for your development?
Oh, it's been awesome. When I first got here, I was practically thrown straight into like being in and around Lightning, which was quite scary coming over at 17, not really knowing anyone, and then just kind of getting chucked straight into it. But it's been awesome, and it's year on year getting better and better, and it's more exciting every year. In terms of like the pathway, I think it's awesome. We've got the connection between BUCS and Lightning, and that's two really, really good levels of rugby. Like if you're not selected for Lightning, you're playing high level BUCS Super Rugby. And as you can see throughout the season, we've done pretty well in the BUCS. So it's testament to Nathan and all the coaching staff on like the development and the pathway program at Loughborough.
Obviously, you can see with kind of how many players have made it into the 20 squad from that kind of BUCS setup as well. Kind of how important is it being for you, Loughborough players coming into 20 to kind of park their little bit of disappointment from not winning that final against Cardiff Met and kind of heading straight into 20s and going, right, this is a new thing now, moving on?
I think it was probably tough for all of us at the start. We were pretty disappointed, but I think we're really good at just switching our mindset to the next game. And I think because there's been that we had the final, we had 3 weeks of home training, and then we're back into camps. There's been kind of a time where we could have reflected and parked it to one side. So I think there was probably a couple of weeks where we were all pretty upset and pretty down in the dumps, but we've been able to park it and then get back into like ramping it back up for 20s. And I think with the squad we've got this year, we've all been really excited to get back into it.
In a more positive way from the BUCS side, obviously you got player of the season kind of from on the women's side. Like kind of how important has it been for your development this season, kind of that BUCS level?
I think for me, I've really enjoyed playing BUCS this year. It's completely different, but you get to go play games every week with your mates. You train with your mates every week, and it like as much as it is the performance side of it, I feel like it's very, very similar in 20s where you're literally playing with your mates all the time, and it makes it really enjoyable. And I think like the standard of BUCS this year has been amazing. Like, Hartpury have been the best team in the league for years, and then Met went away in the semi-final and beat them. It's like that standard is growing, and you've got teams that probably weren't even a team that you thought would make the final, made the final and won it. So I think it's testament to like the whole league. It's growing, and the women's game, the women's uni game is getting so much better year on year.
And just kind of touch on Lightning, kind of the players. And obviously plenty of players in that centres for you to learn off. Kind of Scars, Alev, Helena, Helen Nelson kind of can all play in that centre. Kind of how much have you learned from them, and kind of how nice is it to work with such international quality?
It's been amazing. Like all four of them have different elements of their game. Like then not any of them are the same. So learning off all four of them has been really good because you can pick up different elements from each of them. And the way we are at Lightning, like everyone's so friendly, so welcoming, that the internationals are so easy to learn off because any questions you have, anything you want to work on, you pick up a conversation and they're so happy to help. So I think for me, it's been awesome. And I don't think I would be at the point in my game now without those four, probably learning from like the different aspects of their game and picking up things that I know that are my weaknesses that they're really good at. It's been really, really good.
And you mentioned being kind of that upper end of the level now, kind of your second year in 20s. Kind of how important is it for you to kind of be one of those more leaders in the side now, kind of to grow as a side from last season's summer series and also that South Africa game to kind of into this year's tournament?
I think in terms of like the leadership and the way they do it at 20s is like we have got Lucy as our captain and everything goes around her, but then we're all such a connected group that we respect everyone's opinions and everyone's got a voice. So that like the way they've done it is there's not actually really a tight-knit leadership group and everyone's got a voice, which has been really, really good because there's been times where some people have thought something's not working, some people have thought it's working, and it's been able to fix those problems because everyone's got a voice in the group. And I think the way we've been doing it is it's a lot better for connection and having fluidity between the forwards and the backs too.
Obviously, you've seen kind of in the last couple of years players from the under-20s kind of make that step up to senior level. Obviously, Lily Ives, Campion got capped, and then you've got Millie David and Sarah Parry stepping up into the Red Roses squad for this tournament. It's kind of how nice is it to see players you've played with and kind of trained with at 20s level making that step up, and also is it kind of an inspiration knowing that that pathway is there to kind of step up to senior level?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's with Lily, I think it was a long time coming and we were all really, really happy for her when she got that call up and that first cap, especially with her being at Lightning. We've got a good bond. With Millie and Sarah, I mean, the seasons they've had at club, it's like they deserve it so much, and I'm so happy for them because like you can see the hard work that we put in as young players is not going unrecognised. So it's really exciting to see for all of us going through the pathway, but not only that, with Sarah and Millie's seasons they've had, the recognition they're getting for that is amazing.
And kind of final one for me, kind of what's a successful kind of next 12 to 18 months look like for you?
That's a tough question. In terms of to begin with, I just 20s summer series. I want that to go really well, and I want us as a team to do really well in that. For me personally, Lightning season, I want to get more caps and get more starting caps. I think I got the 12 shirt at the end of the season a lot this year, and I think I put in a good shift. So I'm hoping that I can keep that momentum going through the 20 season and then into pre-season with Lightning, building, basically aiming for the 12 starting shirt at Lightning.
Perfect. So thank you so much for chatting to us today, and best of luck for the summer series and heading into next season.
Thank you very much.